Hello everyone, this is Andrew Chiron, and I'm here with a little bit of a different video today. Just couldn't figure out what I wanted to record for gameplay, so I decided, you know what, screw gameplay, I'm going to do something completely different. In case you're wondering what you're looking at, this is the homepage for Varusteleka.com. They are a military and outdoor specialist, or perhaps something along those lines, Varusteleka. I found out about these guys while watching In-Range TV, if you're familiar with them. They're on YouTube, you can look them up. And anyway, they're at SHOT Show 2017. They ran to the guys from Varusteleka. I think they said that it's pronounced something along the lines of "where's the liquor?" So Varusteleka? I don't know. Anyway, so they're kind of an outdoors and military surplus store that is in Finland. I want to say it's in Helsinki. Pretty sure it's in Helsinki. Anyway, so yeah, they specialize in military and outdoor stuff. So I'm mostly here for the military surplus because I love me some military surplus. And they have a pretty wide variety. It's mostly going to be European surplus for like the military surplus, obviously, because they're in Europe. And they have a lot of fun stuff here. They also do have, like, for non-European, they also do have, they do have some US stuff, but not a lot. So of course, I'll just go to my favorite part of their website. And yeah, you got a bunch of fun stuff. I've bought a fair few items from the site. And it's quite fun. And now, the big selling point for this site is their shipping. I have to go and find that. I think all that information. Just go to the main page so I don't have to scroll through as much. It's like I didn't. Shipping. So these are different things. They trying to ship out within a day or two. And this is for their domestic, so it's for here you have €4 for domestic. If I recall correctly, international, it depends on where you are. So I'm in Canada, so I basically all the prices you're going to be seeing and all the prices and referencing are going to be in Canadian dollars. So depending on where you are in the world, things are going to differ. And I can't go to my shopping cart right now. Anyway. Well, it's because I'm not logged in. Anyway, it's just whatever. For me in Canada, it's shipping here is $13.99. US shipping is $9.99 US. And for US shipping, they arrive within I think 7 to 14 days. International shipping outside the US is, they say, 7 to 30 days. I actually went and looked at, roughly how many days it took all my different purchases to arrive, which were respectively 7, 9, 11, and 7. So, for where I am, I'm in Canada. To be slightly more specific, I'm in Alberta. And so, less than 2 weeks. So generally about a week and a half, I'd say. Yeah, they just have a lot of stuff. So yeah, like I said, my favorite part's the military surplus. They have a lot of European stuff. And as you can see, it's something like, this is right now it's the filter set to best sellers. So the, best selling item they have right now for military surplus is a Bundeswehr field shirt. I have one of these. I didn't get it from these guys. I got my 5-tone Fleckhorn before I discovered Varusteleka. Bit of a shame because I could have saved myself some money. I paid about 25 Canadian dollars to get one of these. And this is one of the items that they almost always have in decent quantity, so they usually have a wide variety of sizes. And yeah, they have general issue size information. They often have basic washing information as well, and also their condition. And they generally don't pull punches when they talk about the condition things are in. It's military surplus. Also, I actually bought this thing. This is a great backpack. Like, you guys should all get one if you're in need of a new rucksack, backpack, whatever you're doing. So this is a solid choice right here. But yeah, I said they just have a wide selection. Some of it's pretty eclectic because, you know, they do try and get what they can and sell it for what they think is worth. You know, it's how it goes. These are great gloves. I got a pair. That's the first thing I bought from this site, was the Bundeswehr combat gloves in Flecktarn. And there is a reason why I do, you know, why I have a lot of Flecktarn stuff, is just because when I was looking for new camouflage for paintball, the cheapest stuff I could get was Flecktarn. You know, I'm Canadian, I really wanted CAD-PAT, but first of all, real CAD-PAT is very hard to get and of dubious legality as to how you get it, just because the Canadian Forces / government tends to maintain fairly strict control over CAD-PAT, so actual genuine CAD-PAT, it's not, I'm not going to say it's illegal, it's probably not the best way to put it, it's just hard to get, and it tends to be pretty up there in price, relatively speaking, and they also tend to be fairly worn, especially the early CAD-PAT uniforms were really bad for fading, because they're basically, I think they printed on white fabric, so yeah, they faded pretty quickly and dramatically. And so I figured, you know what, I can get Flecktarn pretty cheap, and you know what, CAD-PAT is based off Flecktarn, so it's close enough for me. And yeah, they have a lot of different stuff, and it's not just military surplus. I said they also have a lot of modern stuff as well. They have various things, and also do have camping and outdoors equipment, and knives. They also have their knives. It's just no great. I think that they do state, let's say, no, doesn't look like it says in this one. They typically state that, you know, if you're buying knives from them, make sure you know the import laws of your nation, because that basically comes down to is these are legal for them to sell in Finland, and that's all they really care about. So, and it's not their responsibility if you buy something that's not allowed in your country and it gets confiscated. That's not their problem. That's something, you know, you should really know. But aside from that, it's just a great website. Stuff. This is probably, honestly, footwear is probably the one thing I wouldn't buy online, or one of the things I wouldn't buy online, just because shoes are just one of those things that they always fit differently between styles, and so it's very hard. You know, I just don't, you know, a size 11 in one thing fits me fine, but I can also wear a 10.5 in other shoes. And some things, you know, 10.5 is like, you know, it's too small for me. Other times, you know, 10.5 is just fine. So it's just one of those things. I usually err on the side of caution and go with an 11. But it's just, sometimes, you know what, your foot's too wide for a shoe, and you don't know that until you wear it when you buy it online. You know, you don't know if it's going to actually fit you properly. One exception for that would say if you actually wore the shoe, you found it in a physical store, wore it, but it was expensive, and you found it for cheaper online. Well, you know what? If you know that shoe, you want that shoe, and you can get it for a good price online, you know how it fits you already, well, you're set, I guess. And yeah. So that's a big thing. And they said they also do have a lot of, it's not just military surplus they have for like combat equipment, they also do have some modern stuff as well. So I just go to straight, just load bearing vests. And yes, you can get a used Swedish webbing set for 12 Canadian. And they also have, you know, some stuff, some of it's a bit cheaper, maybe not the highest quality stuff. Other times they have some pretty spendy stuff as well. Like that's a plate carrier, so it's gonna be expensive. And this is one of the few places I've seen where you can actually get National Volksarmee surplus, NVA. Not to be confused with North Vietnamese Army. NVA in this context is the East German Army. So yeah, nothing like getting surplus from a country that no longer exists. And yeah, there's a very wide selection of stuff. They actually do have some things that are ballistic rated. Hence why this thing is $522. Or this one's $285, because it does have soft protective material in it, which I'm going to assume is some sort of aramid fiber. If you see things, obviously it's an online store, so you see things grayed out like this, they're sold out, and they may or may not be getting it back in. Such as the nature of surplus and other such things. But yeah, as I said, camping equipment, just straight up. Oh yeah. So once again, you have a mix of surplus and reproduction and new manufacturer stuff. You have a variety of things. You have a few different filters. You have newest, well, bestseller is the default, and then you have newest. So you can get yourself a Soviet enamel mug. Oldest. So you get yourself some reproduction Vermox stuff if you're so inclined. Lowest price. One of these things is not like the other in terms of price. And there also are some things that they can't ship. Like I think this, like basically anything that's flammable, they like it's. Or maybe this is one they can ship. But a lot of like stove fuels and whatnot, like especially like hexamine stoves and aerosols, they can't ship, or they can't ship it internationally. They have to go through a something about inflammable liquids in the mail. This item cannot be shipped abroad. And honestly, some of their descriptions are downright hilarious. Like they don't pull any punches with their descriptions. They tell you exactly what it is, how it is. Which, I can definitely appreciate that. Once again, Czechoslovakian. Surplus from a country that doesn't exist anymore. They even have some Yugoslavian stuff as well. Bestsellers, highest price. Yep, you can get a really big tent. It's based off a East German command post tent, if I recall correctly. Headquarters tent, yeah, there you go. And such a thing, you can get a thermal bag for your dog or child, if that's how you do it. Is that all of them? And of course, alphabetic. That's not the one I want. Bestseller. There you go. And you also can get food and beverages. Though if I recall correctly, the alcoholic ones can't be shipped internet, or I don't even think they can be shipped at all. They might be able to ship them within Finland itself, but I'm not sure. But they also have food. What is it? My dad and I got. Well, actually, my dad and I bought the 10-pack of the dark chocolate Coca-Cola. It's fun stuff. I don't eat it particularly often. It's just kind of there if I really want to, if I'm so inclined. If you don't know what Coca-Cola is, it's stuff that's been around since the 30s, and it was, during World War II, the Germans loved this stuff. That was, their favorite thing ever. It's chocolate with lots of caffeine. So, yeah, as I put here, it's essentially a mild combat drug, is really what it is. It has cola nut in it, which gives it a distinct flavor. I won't necessarily say bitterness, but you definitely do taste that, and there's something else in there that isn't dark chocolate. You can also get in milk chocolate. And I'm just going to keep rambling on. Yeah. And that's the only food items that we've bought. You can also get some fish cock. Though unfortunately for you cock enthusiasts, it does not actually contain cock. Should say here in the disclaimer. That's one of their jokes. Yeah, there you go. 5 years of shelf life and does not contain cock. It's basically fish baked inside rye bread. And yeah. So yeah, they have lots of fun stuff like that. Other things that they have. Their morale patches. They have a couple of great ones. Namely, no step on snack. I want to get this because I just love that. If you don't know what that is, you're probably not American. And yeah. Not quite sure why they have Somalia tags. I guess that's popular. And there's other things you can get. Name tags, dog tags. There we go. You can get just a blank dog tags, or you can get US dog tags with, you know, a custom inscription on it. Same goes, you can also get a Velcro name tag with, you know, custom text. There are certain limitations you can put on them, though. You can also just get a blank Boonsvere dog tag. I don't know why they have those, but they do. And yeah. Only other fun things would probably be, in this section, would be the Swedish flag. And they also do have Confederate flags for whatever reason. I don't know, they're popular with people who really need to get their rose tinted glasses checked. I don't know. Yeah, so they have some kind of flag. They searched the map. They think it's some sort of nation. But as you can see, there's no strong indication that there's actually a country there that's missing. And yeah, I think that brings me to the conclusion of this video before I just keep going on for too long. So yeah, so it's Varusteleka. You know, I like them. You know, you can get some things for a pretty good price here. I think one of the big examples, you know, outside of, you know, my short story about the $25 Blackthorn combat shirt I got, I also paid $25 for the pants as well. One of the other things I can say is Shamags. They have Shamags here. And, you know, my dad bought one. Guess he lost one of his and he really missed it. He really liked it. And so he found he could get, you know, that same colored one here. He jumped all over that. Especially because so you can get a Shamag here for $12 Canadian. For example, if I go to my local surplus store, they're selling Shamags for like $24, $25 Canadian. So yeah, if you get a Shamag as part of a, get a Shamag here as part of a larger order, then yeah, I'm saving money versus trying to buy them here locally. Bit of a shame, but ultimately I do what makes economic sense for me. And if my local surplus store is trying to charge an arm and a leg for something, then, well, I'm gonna find my surplus elsewhere. I still go there, like this is, going, not really related to this, but for my paintball webbing, or the webbing that I got for paintball, I bought another magazine pouch for it. That way I can properly balance the straps on my webbing, but that requires another video and this is not really without proper context. Moving on. And yeah. I think that's about all I have to say. Yeah, this is like all the things they post on their Facebook page. And I think they have, their Instagram here. So I think this is their actual Instagram, and this is just like people posting about stuff they got at Varusteleka. I'm not too sure. And yeah, I said if you guys are into outdoors equipment or military surplus, definitely check them out. Some of the things are good price, some things are a bit spendy. It depends on what they are. Like you see the things like Sarma, Tarava, Jama, see right here, that's kind of their in-house brand. And this stuff tends to be maybe a little bit on the pricier side depending on the items. They do assure that it's of the highest quality and that it's pretty durable. And I'm inclined to believe them. It's not necessarily some of this stuff's not necessarily what I'm looking for, but if you're looking for that and you want to support them, I guess you can go for it. And yeah, I'm not quite sure how I want to end this video and where exactly I'm going with it, but I just wanted to tell you guys about Varusteleka. And I think that's about it. Maybe I'll make a video about all the different things I've gotten here, but I think that to do that properly would require me to actually film the stuff I got, like, that I have, break out a camera and do that, but the only half decent camera I have right now would be the one on my cell phone. I just don't feel like dealing with that. And before I ramble on much longer, I'll just call it here. I'm Xander Tiron, and hope you guys have a lovely day.